Well, good evening, Free Enterprise fans. We're here. It's doubleheader night. We're getting on in the week here in the Eblan Elixir League. Tonight we've got a pair of runners from each of two teams. One who did not want to enter into an agreement with the Fae because they said that my contract was weird. Golbez, and Golbez Law Offices. Versus the Silvera Petting Zoo, who attempted to trap a sylph in a cage. For head pats. No comment after that. Over to you, Cubs. Over to you.
Am I legally allowed to say anything after that? I don't know. Do I need to have a disclaimer signed by my attorney?
I will keep you protected. If you agree with me that you commentary with me, we can enter into a little contract. It's fine. No big deal.
Well, I guess we do have a couple people here to at least notarize, I suppose. But no, we are looking forward to a great match here. We've got Klopfer versus Cossack. Garn versus Bangagong. Can I say I love the name Bangagong? That's great. But looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one. I'm real interested to see how these doubleheaders go. You know, with these runners, you've got Klopfer and Dr. Cossack, who have been around for a while. And then you've got two of our newest runners, Garn and Bangagong, running on the same seed. So we'll kind of see. I know that there's been a lot of practice, a lot of talking strategy in the background. A lot of runners trying to get a lot of newer runners ready for these seeds, which, of course, I greatly enjoy seeing.
Yeah, it's the team concept, definitely kind of a new one around Free Enterprise, but really enjoying it, to be honest. You know, you kind of don't get that interaction with your usual individual tourneys, whether it's, you know, groups, Swiss play. It's fun to have a group of people to root for at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, our community tends to do a good job of rooting for each other anyway. But yeah, now you've got three other people that you want to see them do the best that they can, while you try to do the best that you can and help each other do the best that you can, which is always really neat, and it's a cool interaction. It looks like our runners are about to hit the road here. Sid's our hero. He's got the hero armor. He's got the Mega Man armor working, which rules. What are your thoughts on these flags after a few days of races on them?
These flags and I have a very complicated relationship with these flags. It's they don't like me, and I'm trying to learn how to like them. It kind of takes everything we've known recently as far as a racing meta and just flips it on its head. You don't the idea is go do your objectives. Go do your free. Well, all of a sudden your objectives don't give anything as far as progression. So what do you do?
I mean, you still have to do them for the most part, except for the optional ones, which tonight are going to be Trade Away the Rat Tail, do the Barren Castle basement throws. Only one is a chaining. The other one is also a dead end. Magma Key to start really does alter things a little bit. Our runners have the option to go underground. Notably, all the treasure chests have been changed to money, so it's weighted. So the idea is you do want to go to locations that's weighted, but everything's got the dollars except for encounter chests, which could have key items along with their very high tier items on Wildish. Shops are wild. So Rydia is actually a power character, so our second character is actually kind of a favorite here, because you're always like one Leviathan or Bahamut summon away from being able to let Rydia do a lot of the work on a lot of these objectives.
Yeah, your standard plays are just going to be go Watery Pass, go Eblan, go the places that have those high dollar value chests.
Yeah.
The Rydia kind of throws up. It's, do you try and cobble together enough to find that Bahamut, and then try and blow up some of those encounter chests early? It really kind of messes with your normal routing here.
Yeah, it becomes really interesting. Three of our runners ended up in Eblan in some form. Cossack is the only one who hasn't yet. We've got Klopfer following Cossack's footsteps doing Watery Pass. We've got Bangagong finding the Mad Ogre chest here, so going to reset in and out. Skarn is also deep diving Eblan, trying to get info on all three of the encounter chests. What do you see? You're making a sound.
We have what might be the most powerful starting weapon in these flags. The mute knife from the Adamant Cup. We have the Stardust Rod, and we have a Murder Child that can wield that all of a sudden the overworld just kind of opened up.
Yeah, that is what you spend your money on, right? With wild shops, anything can be out there, short of apples, which are turned off, and adamant armors, which are turned off. Also, Japanese items in general are turned off, so no star veils, no moon veils, no level 2 caster items. But the summon orbs are in shops, so you could just go into an item shop and run up into Leviathan or Bahamut or Sylph, because I love the Sylphs. The Sylphs are great. Please enter into a binding contract with the Sylphs. Masamunes are also down here if we find Edge in Misttown.
Let the wee-woos fly, correct?
I mean, always. But yeah, Klopfer found that dust rod as well, and is going to go ahead and pick one up. No surprise there. Going to give us a look at the character behind the Sand Ruby. That is a Sleepy Bard, who I'm pretty sure we're not very excited about today.
If we run into a spoon, that can change quickly, but I think the star so far is going to be that Rydia, who outfitted with that Stardust Rod and the Protector Ring that was also in Kaipo. Even at 30 HP, she can live through just about anything until you get her up and going.
Yeah, the big thing is just getting her strong enough to take a couple hits. There's heroin ropes here for Klopfer floating around in Toraya, so also a nice piece of armor, gives you a bunch of agility, and arty arrows are there too for dragon slaying. So, man, the shops have got the good stuff. Skarn's checking that right now as well. Well, we do have our first key item check here. We have our first objective check. Cossack has just opened up into early Antlion Cave.
And a nice little bit of money, additional money he's getting here. That Stardust Rod is gonna pretty much let us breeze through whoever is here. The number of times I have run into an alt gauntlet at this spot with no AoE just makes me sad to not have that Stardust Rod starting off. So that's gonna be a nice little bit to get through whatever's here.
Yeah, if it were a Dancing Dagger, it would be a nice little way to get through things.
Oh, okay, so that's what we're doing. Got it. Okay.
That's Vol here, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way with physical violence, I guess, because she's gonna go into tornado form, and then the Stardust Rod won't work anymore. But Sid's hitting pretty hard for base level Sid, and weak on Rydia does a lot less damage than it does to Sid overall.
Oh no, we got a character with 30 HP all of a sudden has gone down to single digits. So sad. Anyway,
uses the Stardust Rod like a baseball bat, 7 levels. Valvalis is off the table as well for later spots where she could be very dangerous. And what do we got? To start us off, it's the Key to Baron.
Well, that is an objective. I don't know how happy you are to see that as far as objective items go, but it's an objective at least.
I mean, it's an objective later. It opens up the third summon monster spot on Earth, so pretty great actually. I think you're always happy to see it. You know everyone's gonna get it. It's Antlion Cave, so there's no real advantage or disadvantage in it. Bagagong is gonna give us a look at what summon we're gonna get here from Mount Hops, though. The only things that are off the table, I believe, are Leviathan and Bahamut, but everything else is here. Titan's kind of great. Level 2 sweepers are all pretty okay for the early game, but we do have a Stardust Rod, which is faster. Asura is usually what I kind of want to see from here, honestly. It saves me the troubles of having to go looking for it.
Yeah, Asura or Sylph are the two big ones. Though again, with Stardust, I think that kind of takes Sylph off the table.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Yeah. Well, we will find out. It is... Okay. Which?
We all knew that.
I mean, fair.
I don't hide it. I don't, like, say I'm not.
I mean, we're leaning into the Fae here. I get it.
I mean, I've only been doing that for, like, 30 years. Where were we now? Right, so yeah, Asura summon there. We've got a White Mage Porum on top of the mountain, so we are currently pretty deep into not exactly the characters that you always want to see. Klopfer's underground sees lightsabers for sale in Tamra. 66 large, not so bad.
See, almost that Baron key has me intrigued almost for the character check, because Gated Cecil, that's our first chance at a Cecil right now. we just found that light sword. We all know the guy with the sword is always hanging out there, so...
I mean, the big question is, do you have enough gas in the tank to actually fight that fight? So, there are 2 fights down in Baron, and at this low level, they do hit hard enough to be a bit of a danger. Again, gearing up does allow us to take that out of the equation. There's an Excalibur, gonna pick up a Rune Axe, it looks like, and a Boomerang for an eventual Sid, but Dr. Kozak is gonna gear up a little bit more here with the Baron key already in hand. I do love the Rune Axe pickup. I do love having a mage killer weapon on hand at any and all times, just in case, because there's a couple bosses that are very vulnerable to it. Mega Sisters, Elements, Basura. It's all good.
You talk about gearing characters up. Klopfer just ran into Glass Hats in Dwarf. So all of a sudden, we've got a Glass Hat, we've got a Protect Ring. I wouldn't say we're nigh unkillable, but we're pretty darn close for the early game.
Yeah, on the one hand, you've got Glass Hats, which do absolutely nothing magically, but the plus 30 physical defense is actually really, really nice on these flags. It's nice because you don't have to fight Zeromus, who's obviously one of the biggest magic users with Big Bang. You don't have to fight, I guess, things like Leviathan are out there, but if they're in a scary spot, you've got 4 other equipment slots to play with, right? You'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, then you end up, like, Skarn fighting this foe. Gets through the valve, but Weak laughs at your defenses. And Sid somehow skating through with the 1 HP. I don't care how much defense you have, any physical attack is going to do 1 damage to you if it lands.
Yep,
So we went through there.
Not bad, not bad. Baron Key for Skarn as well now. We've got Bangagong down there as well. Klopfer is still prepping. Klopfer is doing more preparation than anybody could imagine here, hanging out in Silvera, finds an Artemis bow. We know where all the fun stuff is now, don't we? We've seen Artemis bows, Masamunes, Excalibur, Bahamut, 85 grand. Do you want one of those? So you're gonna have to go, wrangle up some more cash because you broke.
All right. So you have a choice to make, Demi. Bahamut Rydia or Artie Sid?
Are you kidding me? On these flags, Bahamut Rydia.
Yeah.
Not even, barely a question. You don't have to do hook route where agility matters a lot. Oh, Klopfer already had Leviathan. Yeah. May just ride the Sea Serpent for a bit instead, which makes a lot of sense. 85k can be hard to come by. We've got our first look at a box. Cossack Rain Stars down on the Staleman Skull chest here. So we're going to our first look at an encounter chest item. Could be a key item, could be a tier 7, could just be an elixir, which is not really what you want, but hey, it's experience points.
Yeah. Yeah, we have that pour, and we also have the Artie Heroin combo is thrown in there. So there's plenty of ways to get through this early game right now. But let's face it, Murder Child raising a Stardust Rod is a pretty good one for just about anything right now.
Yeah, Artie Heroin is definitely a thing I've seen a lot so far as well. Even just with mid-tier arrows like Mute Arrows or Charm Arrows, you can still do a lot of work with that setup. Again, it gives you access to mage killing as well. Mute Arrows, Artemis Arrows are great for dragon killing, so if you're into Wyvern, you can torch it. Doesn't work on Bahamut, but that's okay. The other thing is that we didn't talk about is you start with starting kits. There are a couple Japanese items you get. You get a handful of Star Veils in the starting kits. You get 3 Hourglasses, 3 Mute Bells, and an Assassin Dagger. Not a ton of stuff, but, enough starting stuff in terms of 10 stack of life potions, a handful of cure 2s. That, you can get off the ground pretty well, but you don't get much more than that. Klopfer gonna add Porm to the party, Skarn adding Porm to the party as well. So, again, Cossack's the only one who's really plunging through new ground right now.
The one thing you really gotta watch out for, that no J item flag. You get your starting Star Veils and that's it. You better be careful with those, because you get Golbez, Wyvern in the wrong place. You're in for a bad time if you run out of those veils. I did not see what that item was that,
That was a baby holy sword. It was a lightsaber. Skarn picking up a earth hammer for Sid, so going high accuracy, low price, which I do love to see a little bit of. Bang & Kong is going to probably give us a look at the bull with Skarn. I don't know if the intent is to go do bosses first or what, but they're checking shops. There is a Sura here for sale, so if you do want Riddy to be the most efficient healer in the game, that does exist as an option. Another hourglass spent by Dr. Cossack to put the Mad Ogres on lockdown, and Klopfer is going to start playing the game now. He's here in Antlion Cave.
66% of the time, it works every time. Oh, the number of Life 1 faces we've all seen. Let's just pretend that doesn't exist, right?
I don't know. I've never had a problem with it. Skarn's here. The boss, of course, the King and Queen of Eblan are the ones who are going to be sieging. There is no free bosses, so there's no end script here, so you do need to fight down both of them, which Earthhammer Stardust Rod seems pretty good. Not gonna lie. I missed the third item here in Castle Eblan, though. It
was a Zeus Gauntlet, which is not bad for Sid, but kind of a bit of a dry Eblan today, so there's plenty left out for the rest of the world. I hear a flame dog calling it. Will anyone make that play here soon?
I don't know. We do have the Baron key, and so I like kind of staying down. It was just a dragon whip from the king here in Eblan, or the king here in Fabul. So things are pretty terrible right now, things considered. Klopfer going searching for a little bit more of the old Baron Gil here, while Skarn is cleaning up in Fabul after getting the kill. Bang & Gong is also in pretty great shape here after getting a kill on the king and queen in very similar fashion, raising that Stardust Rod high to the sky. Dragon whips for all, I guess. Dr. Cossack now is in Mystidia, so back on the shopping trail here, trying to integrate shopping into the loop. There's tiaras and rune rings, by the way, so if you want magic defense or you want defense for your kids, that's the way to go.
Yeah, that tiara, that's gonna turbocharge anything that Rydia casts at this point. This overworld thus far has not been good in the slightest. Where do we go from here? We have what? Ordeals, Baron Inn?
Yep, we still haven't seen Baron Inn. We still haven't seen Ordeals. No one's checked the waterfall boss for Demist. We do have underground access already right off the bat. Dwarf Castle's on the table, but again, you gotta make sure you've got the sauce, otherwise you're gonna get blown up. Cossack's on a shopping trip. He's gonna start checking the underside shops right now. Klopfer is now going to probably very efficiently start churning out the overworld spots here as he is in the castle at the defensive Fabul. Bang & Gong and Skarn are now looping through Silvera. They're going to find Bahamut. Skarn is a little light on the dollar, so he's going to go and dump some inventory, or at least try to. Dragon Whip's not worth that much, though, friend.
Yeah. One of our trackers minus Baron Guards in the waterfall. We think not. Normally you'd be thrilled to see that. No.
Free-ish boss off the table, but they don't. There's no real free bosses here. Skarn using the chest in here, scrounges up enough money, so he's got a dragon, so he rides over, in the petting zoo. I guess there's Bahamut in the petting zoo today. I hope that it's safe for the kids.
That sounds like a very dangerous petting zoo right there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, the king is there, and he is just like, he deigns to allow you to touch him.
It's a good thing we have our law firm here that can make sure we have that requisite safety info, just to make sure everybody's covered.
Have you seen how much it costs to get Golbez to do a waiver filing? Fey law is fine, and they don't touch that, so,
Look, maybe I can get them on contingency, I don't know. Let them win the case first, and then we'll talk.
Good luck with that. Bang & Gong, of course, also buys Bahamut. Dr. Cossack in the middle chest on the bottom floor locates the encounter chest here, which is 5 warriors. The problem is, of course, is that if you haven't healed up beforehand, they will start removing your 1 hit point characters from the battlefield very quickly, because, of course, these red tiles reduce your health by 50 for each one you step on. Skarn is making the play here onto Ordeals, not one that you see every day. Klopfer is dusting down the Baron Inn right now, so again, very efficiently ripping apart the overworld step by step. The second boss is the Queen Asura, so if he's got mage killing gear, now is the time for it.
Yeah, it looks like Cossack used all of his hourglasses in Eblan, so it looks like we're going to leave the warrior chest for now. Not a bad play. It's nice if you have an hourglass left, but those guys will hit hard and fast at this rate.
The two gentlemen from the law firm, of course, are just dropping summons on things right now. Leviathan is our mage killing gear, I guess, and Bahamut has removed Yang from the top of the mountain permanently. Sorry, Yang. The problem here, Klopfer, of course, is running into with Asura is that Asura does no Cure 4 when she's on red base, and just Cure 4 away all the damage from the first Leviathan. Probably counting on the second Leviathan to finish the job, so now I think he's going to probably go into Great Base Lock, which is a state where if you attack when Asura flashes for... when she flashes for casting Life 1, or any of her spells, but it's always Life 1 because Life 1 does nothing, you can keep her locked on the same face, and so he's going to do this to make sure that he keeps Asura in one place and not healing herself. Skarn is reloading here. Looks like there was a little bit of a trouble spot with the second boss.
Took a wipe to Mega Sisters, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're fast and hit pretty hard in that second spot, so if you're not ready, they can hammer your party pretty good, both physically and magically, so they're kind of devastating overall. Probably want to have a Bahamut summon on deck for that, so he's got like an Ether 1, he's probably going to chug it. Asura does drop for Klopfer, so we're going to get a look at the Baron Inn item. The two Silvera Petting Zoo members, of course, are still doing some loot and scooting and information gathering. Hey, you like music?
Wait. Oh, music is nice, but can I interest you in 36,000 HP of an upset little blue robe?
I mean, I was hoping for, you hope for Gauntlet in that spot right now because Water Hag, no free Water Hag means that it's not 3 hits that gets the job done. Water Hag hurts in that spot. That is the Leviathan spot, and the spots that only use magic will elbow you to death, right in the face. Looks like Skarn got Iridia Fire 2'd there, so I think he is resetting for trying to set up to make sure that Bahamut goes off. One cast should do the deed, so gonna keep making sure that he can get that going. Asura, of course, Bangagong is going to scorch Asura real quick here. You need more.
Wait, there was a boss there. What?
We need more words for casting Bahamut because we're going to see it a lot in this seed.
Yeah. So I only got a quick look at the source spot before Cossack reset out, but I'm pretty sure it was orbs, and that is not a fun fight. Really, anywhere?
It's a long fight, but it's a free fight. Yeah. Skarn is still not getting the Bahamut off. I think that he is disinterested in continuing his attempts at killing the Mega Sisters there with a Iridia that needs to get a long cast out, so is walking away. We've got Klopfer down here in Baron Castle. Cossack is now cleaning up the rest of the overworld here, so is going to do Fabul defense. Bangagong is also here in Baron, probably going to save outside after doing a little bit of shopping and then figuring out where his next game plan is. Is it going to be music? Is it going to be back to the underground? Is it going to be castle? It's going to be castle. It's going to be Castle Eblan, which we know has nothing key item wise, but hey, money's money.
I did see ribbons in the Baron armor shop, so that will be nice to have because we haven't seen Golbez yet. Always nice to have that protection. Klopfer is leaning into the Angry White Mage. I saw a heroin robe go on. I believe we're gonna have a little bit of a. Mylon's had a very bad day. Oh no.
Mylon's gonna have to take the bath here. Probably gonna wash out. Cossack, of course, gives us Artemis arrows at Sheila 1 after having checked down at the bottom of Sylph Cave. Did not talk to the Sylphs. That's not cool, but nobody does it because it's slow. I just have superstitions, but yeah, Artemis arrows, they're just fine. Again, dragon killing, they're expensive, 500 gold a shot normally, so always nice to see them.
Oh, my body. Mylon has fallen.
Rip that
Okay.
guy. Rip.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get a look. No, never mind. We're just checking, getting a little bit more cash. Yeah, we should take Baron Throne here first. We're not at a level where we can just, at the moment, where we can just blaze through whatever is at Baron Basement. So get through here. Don't have to refight everything.
If you can't kill it with one cast of your big summon, you probably don't want to fight it just yet. And the Baron Castle Basement Throne has more than 10,000 hit points.
Okay.
Here, so this is kind of what you want to see, right? Like, I'm gonna throw a Cure 3 here at the first one. So it's gonna be the Cure 3 strategy. These are undead, and Cure 3s will hit them for like 1,300 a pop, which is pretty great, honestly. Leviathan should seal the deal. Bangagong is continuing to grind out the chests here, so get the Mad Ogre box right now. So gonna keep on adding on the old experience points. Well, Cossack is going to wander out of the defensive pool and continue flying around, likely to find Baron as his next stop. Skarn also in Baron right now, seeing ribbons, which are 65k. Remember, TRs are 20. They're way cheaper for your female characters. Also sees a Lunar Staff, which I think he wants for him for leader as well.
Oh, we're through. Who do we have at Baron? Well, we wanted more Angry Murder Children. We have all of the Angry Murder Children at this point.
I can't believe we're adding a Black Mage to this party that already has a Black Mage. Yep, it's Palom. Normally we're excited to see Palom. Palom needs level 23 for Quake, which is pretty great. Dr. Cossack has just dumped a bunch of inventory for an Artemis bow. Gonna see the news that Bahamut's here too in just a sec. It is unlikely that you have 85 grand in stuff right now to sell.
Alright. Trash can, will it live up to its name? Oh.
No, not at all. Not even a little.
So Possum left us a present in the trash can, I see. Darkness Crystal. Okay.
Blackrock and Baron, so we need to complete 6 objectives, right? So we have access to the King and Queen, we have access to the 2 moon spots, we have access to the Baron Castle Basement Thrones. We're 2 key items away from finishing either the 2 halves of Forge or 2 halves of Rat Tail.
Or Tower Key.
Or Key to the Tower for Super Cannon. Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, so... welcome to Oh No mode, where every check you make, you worry is, what am I leaving behind? Where am I losing the time? This is solidly in that portion of course I'm fading the one thing I need, aren't I? Where do you go? Do you go try and peel off something from, I mean, the moon encounter boxes are off, but we do still have the hair dryers on the Lunar Path. We still have the last arm on the giant. Where do we go from here?
I mean, we're never going to the last arm. That cutscene is long as all get out. Hair dryers would be a big gamble at this point, it feels like. Being that we have the warrior chest, you've got Sylph Cave. The 4 chests in Tower are real easy. Like I said, hair dryers can be done if you haven't cashed out. Only Klopfer has cashed out all of his hourglasses. You can hourglass that chest, honestly. So I'm going to go for the character check plus hourglassing that chest. Dr. Cossack's taking a crack here at the mountain, and it looks like Bangagong is back on the mountain, while Skarn is working on getting his hands on a darkness crystal at the moment. So things are moving along. I think both teams sort of have a philosophy that they've been sticking to. It's what happens, you practice together, right? One team wants to gamble on the mountain, and the other team is just like, oh, I got a Baron Key, I'm going to chase that down.
Yeah, Ordeals has become the, dare I say, the keyless tower of this flag set, where it's, you fade it at all costs or you rush it immediately. You take your pick. But
I mean, it's tough because there's no boss hunts.
Yeah. But we have another shot at the guy. If he's hiding on the moon, we know where an Excal is. But even a Kane or an Edge, I think, would really benefit this party right now, just to have a source of damage.
I mean, we have a source of damage. We've got probably, if you really wanted to, already Sid. I know a couple of Artemis bows have been bought already. But yeah. So Cossack works his way through the Mega Sisters pretty efficiently right now, relying on the Stardust Rod and additional levels to kind of carve through this pretty quickly. Bangagong is up there as well. We've got Klopfer now, who is going to the Fey March, so probably going to give us a look at what's going on down this way. We'll see if he scouts the Water Hag for himself at this point. While Skarn's doing a little bit of rearranging, getting set up for the second spot here in Baron, which we know is none too bad as the D-Lunars go.
Yes, hello. I see two dragons. Would you like to meet my bigger dragon?
Sid's got to run in with Wyvern here in the Crystal Chamber. Is fast enough, though, to get off 2 swings and do 1,000 damage before the fight even begins. We don't even know what Wyvern is witch burning with at this point.
Yeah, I was hoping to at least see what it was. The glance is always on the table. That's always a fun time. Storm is favorite. Maybe we could see that here in a moment from Bangagong. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, keep the Luca Cave, which is actually kind of useless on this flag set because we do have Warp Glitch and Rydia gets Warp super early. So as long as Rydia stays in the party or Tella stays in the party, you'll have Warp access. Which means that you don't have to worry at all about getting the Luca Key item by going through the long walk down through the many, many doors down in that cave.
I think the fear of Demas is always in the back of your mind, so seeing that, seeing Demas to rule out being in Seal Cave would be very nice right now. Yep. Zeus Gauntlets for sale here in Fey March.
And I apologize, I was commentating that completely wrong. It was Klopfer who's going to get the Luca Key, which we knew was down in Fey March. Sorry about that, everybody.
Look, there's 4 people. It's hard. Reading is hard.
Yep. Skarn, Darkness Crystal, though, in hand, so Baron completely done on the left side of the screen, at least for the first half of it. Baron Castle, Baron Throne, or Basement Throne is going to...
So I just caught that for a brief moment. Sid got glanced. It is a glance fern today.
And Sid ignored it and then hit Wyvern in the head with a hammer.
Yeah, he hacked himself. Oh, it was... Okay, so... Alright, it's not as fun with Charm, but he just, gave himself a little bonk on the head and he was fine.
Yeah, Sid's just gonna hit something.
He doesn't care. It's fine.
Yep,
look,
so...
don't ask what's in the potions. We're just here for the party. Go on, sorry.
So yeah, so we've got Cossack flipping over to that rune axe that he picked up earlier onto Sid, and he's got Leviathan summoned from the top of the mountain, so probably gonna make quick work of this Asura through the power of extreme burst damage.
Yeah. Well, getting a look here at the warrior chest now, we're starting to run to that point where we're 1 item away. Is this going... Oh, well, there goes Rydia.
Yeah, attacks were queued, so the idea is you're hoping that Porum dodges an attack. Is just like, nah, I'm good. Everyone else, y'all getting hit. I'm just gonna walk away. And everyone says Porum is useless. Look at her. Earning that paycheck today.
Look, after watching Porum single-handedly punch down Zeromus, I've learned to stop talking smack about her.
There you go. You're part of the team now. So yeah, Klopfer, of course, now. We've got Skarn flamethrowering chests down in Castle Eblan, which we all know is, again, blank, but hey, money's money. Bahamut, of course, is going to lay waste to these warriors. Nothing left but ash and dust. Blow them away. 21,000 experience as well. Nothing to cough at. So we're going to keep advancing these kids and their abysmal hit point pools along, which is always nice.
All right, what do we... Okay, we've got all the spells for Powell. There's Quake. And a stick.
Gungnir for Kane. It also sells for 32.5. Well, 33 flat, but still not very exciting. It's not what you wanted. Skarn is thinking about cashing out that last hourglass here, but decides against, so has the one hanging on to it for later. Klopfer is out and is probably headed to Dwarf Castle? Seems likely here, right?
Yeah. Is at this point we've seen 6 of our 7 characters with the Edward in the bed.
Yep, Bangagong is patched up for the chest down here at this point in time, so is now locking down this this warrior chest and is going to dust it down. It's going to take a moment, but it's going to be fine. Skarn drops the boss here, or drops the chest here, found the lightsaber. Dr. Cossac's at the save point here in Baron Castle, which, well, hey, we know that down if you go down this way, you get a darkness crystal, which is kind of nice, being as that we are going to probably need it to finish this seed, because there's a ton of other key items out there.
Oh, hi, Sparkle. Sparkle and Dwarf.
So we've seen Wyvern, we've seen D-Lunars. Ogopogo's kind of nasty in this spot, not gonna lie. Plague is probably pretty safe overall. And Pale Dim is fine too. I wouldn't be too frightened about that right now.
Yeah, the dudes are the most dangerous thing I hear about Pale Dim. Oh no! Well, we're dead.
Well, we're gonna lose half our health to start at least. Rydia started channeling the Bahamut basically on the spot, which will get us countered for another 25% of our health with Blaze if we let it happen. Porm, of course, gets meleeed instantly for any healed party. That's not really ideal.
Like one shot, potential. No, no. We got a heroin robe on.
Yeah, I mean it gets it going quickly, but 5,000 is not enough. So gonna flip some gear here, gonna unequip the Heroin Robe because wants power over speed. Heroin Robe makes you a great fighter. It increases your physical attack stats, your strength, and your agility. It reduces your smarts, it reduces your wisdom and willpower, so all your spells become much worse.
Yeah, gearing up for another shot at it. That Bahamut at this point might be able to one-shot, but it's gonna be close. Probably gonna get some damage on it first.
Yeah, I mean, with Rydia not going first because no Heroin Robe, that is a distinct possibility. Dr. Cossack is, of course, about to get the Darkness Crystal here. Skarn is about to finish off the last chest down in Castle Eblan. Again, not ideal, but hey, it's almost done. Zeus Gauntlets are for sale on Bangagong screen down in the Land of Summon Monsters. Klopfer going to take a second bite of the cherry here and is going to Zerk up Sid first, so again, probably planning to chunk in a little bit of damage before the fight starts rather than having Sid
take a nap. Yeah,
not ideal.
Yeah, look, the man needed his nap. All right, we're a half hour into this race. The guy needed some rest.
Yep. So it looks like gonna count on Sid to hammer away 600 a swing until. Probably going to do a little bit of math and figure when he's close enough for a 5,000 point Bahamut cast to finish the job. Skarn goes over to Mount Ordeals. We know what's up here to Sea Serpent, but I think he's committed to staying on the overworld right now. Even with like the Darkness Crystal in hand, just going to keep working through things for experience, which, hey, if you're not sure what to do, working through things in storyline order, not a bad idea.
We will get some spells here from Tella. Virus will be useful underground against, you know, anything that doesn't counter any magic attack you throw at it. But we're just looking for some direction right now.
Right side of the screen feels very directed towards Dwarf Castle as well. Looks like Cossack wants to check the shops. Bangagong is heading up and is heading also over to check the shops. This is where ninja swords are, which are pretty great if you're looking for the mid-budget option. This time Klopfer, of course, torches Ogopogo after doing a little bit of Sid damage just to make sure that we got over the top. Not bad.
Look, 9,000 off of Bahamut, I will take that. Pretty much anywhere.
That would have one-shot it.
Okay. Here we go. We've seen the other blue robe.
Oh god, it's 12 black lizards in a trench coat.
And a punch mage is our final character of the day. So
yep, we know Eddie's in the bed, so that's it. No Cecil, no Kane. You want Edge? Gonna have to try again later.
Yeah, the boys are all off somewhere with Fu, you know, enjoying themselves. This is a little concerning at these low levels. We don't know what we're up against on the moon. we can get through all these fights quickly, thanks to the Star Shroud, but once we get to that moon, there's a lot of things that just got a lot scarier at this party.
Yeah, the only thing that Ordeals does for us right now is gives Tella his spell list, which is not strictly useful. It's not like this is a flex hit where we're grinding D machines, experience off as well on encounters, so there's nothing going on there. Weak is not really a super great tool for Sylph Cave either, so, you know, Ordeal's not looking hot, but Clopper's the only one who's hard faded it at this point. All of our other runners have seen the top of the mountain at this point in time and wondered what's really going on there.
Look, chat, we got enough of the Masa Gauntlet in ZZ5, alright? We don't need to go back for that one. I'm good not seeing that for quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that one, because I was there. I can say that about darn near anything that happens for Enterprise, I'm sorry to say. But yeah, Klopfer is patching up Rydia because the Stardust Rod is going to make short work of all of these underground enemies. Notably, the Stardust Rod is a weapon that you get on the moon, on one of the early floors in Lunar Subterrane in the vanilla game.
That brings a good point. We do have float access now, so that will help if we want to go take out some monster boxes in Stealth.
Yeah, the green.
Some experience will be good for this team.
Yeah, and getting away from the green tiles is also great, so always nice. Mr. Bus Driver also noting that as well for Asura. We do know that Asura is no longer on the table, though. She was grabbing a drink at the Baron Inn on her way back down to the land of summon monsters, but of course ran into an adventuring party who, removed her from the seed.
Look, when you have a Dragon God at your back, isn't that pretty much every D&D party ever? It feels like...
Hey, sometimes your Paladin worships somebody other than the Dragon God.
Look, you walk into a bar, somebody says something to someone else, and all of a sudden the bar explodes, right? That's how it works?
Yes. Let's go with that. We've got simul gauntlets on the bottom and top right, so we've got the petting zoo trying to try out all these new underground monsters for there's petting zoo. Klopfer, of course, has finished this up, and he's going to give us a look at the item in just a moment.
Bang-A-Gong pulling out the rarely used Jin strats here from Rydia. Have not seen a Jin summon in a while. You always forget about those elemental summons. They do exist.
They're pretty good too. Legend Sword, half a forge here in the warp glitched Luca Cave, which we're not going to walk through. Unless for some reason Mist Dragon is down there, we need to kill it, but that's basically impossible at this point, given that we have the Darkness Crystal in hand. And the King, of course, has the Rat Tail. There's half of Rat Tail and Hook here as well, so 2 half objectives. Bringing us now 1 item away from go mode, be it the Tower Key or the Adamant Rock or the Hook. This is frightening now. Klopfer flies straight. Klopfer's straight to the tower, straight north. It is likely that Bang-A-Gong, who does not yet have the Darkness Crystal, is the only runner who hasn't done Baron yet, may not have to make that play, but Cossack, once he sees that, I suspect is going to be headed northward as well.
Yeah, Sid with that Earth Hammer will just one-shot all 4 of the eyeballs. It's just maybe the best play at the moment. It's a huge toss-up in this flag set, Tower versus Sylph. And Sylph just does not seem very appealing at the moment.
Sylph is the thing with Tower is that the big draw of Tower is Sylph is 2 more encounter chests, but they're harder. But they are more experienced for if you do need to go up to the moon. The big draw for Tower is at the top of the tower is a regular key item spot, right? Like that exists, and it's a good play a lot of the time. Well, you know we're not going to need those ninja swords. It's hard to get excited about those at this point. 2 last masks picked up for Skarn though. On the right side, Cossack, of course, is shaking down the gauntlet still. Bang-A-Gong also still working through here, casting Sylph to keep the party topped up, hale and hearty, so get your wee-woos out in chat, I guess.
Helping bow out of that monster box.
So far, so good. So
the
far,
value.
more mage killing gear, also like the lowest tier item that you're going to see out of encounter boxes.
Are there any mages left?
Who could say?
I am here with a witch, I suppose. I should say that.
I mean, I advertise.
Yes. You know, Tella taking a nap here for Klopfer. It's all right. Sid got his earlier. Oh. So, Demi, how would you like a go mode?
Is it time? Are we rolling out? Was that the adamant rock?
That was an adamant rock. Yes.
Did we get a weird gray brick that we're gonna take down to a weird blacksmith who's gonna make us a weird axe for Sid probably?
All right. So all of a sudden, welcome Sid to the team. So we're gonna be walking out of here with one of a fiery hammer, a Thor hammer, or a Giganaxe. And all of a sudden, your hero is now your damage dealer.
Yeah, Sid is basically Cecil but slow at this point. But yeah, so our route to the finish here was doing Antlion Cave to get the Baron Key leading to our Darkness Crystal. We had Underground access for the Word Go with the Magma Key plus a trip to Dwarf Castle to pick up the Legend Sword. The other half, of course, being in the second encounter chest in the tower on the way up. It was a Adamant Rock, giving us access to 6 different objectives at this point in time between the King and Queen Cave Bomb at the Masamune Altar, Baron Castle Basement Throne, and Kokol's Forge. That said, we gotta fight some hard bosses to finish this at this point. There's gonna be a lot to do still.
By the way, shoutouts to Kokol's Forge today having such wonderful items as carrots and a rod. And I believe there was an iron ring there as well.
Kokol put all of his love and effort into making a Mjolnir that everything else is garbage.
Yeah, there was a rune ring apparently, rune ring and crystal armor. Because we could really use that crystal armor for something in the sea, can't we?
All of it trash.
S Wild Forge shops are really a thing, aren't they?
Normally you go in there expecting to get something real good, and then everything sucks. But yeah, Klopfer now doing some prep and shopping here now with Go Mode. Cossack is in front of the chest that I believe does not yet matter the most. I think this was the Elven Bow. Bangagong is also headed due north to the... Nope, is going to cut over, and Bangagong wants to do Sylph Cave, so is going to do the thing I love the most and, loot Sylph Cave. That was the Adamant Rock chest. It was the second chest. My apologies. Cossack also should have Go Mode at this point in time, I believe, with all the items that he's got.
Maybe wants a little bit more money just to... Again, these fights are not very appealing with this party right now, the fights that we could be facing on the moon. So maybe wants a little bit more money to try and gear up, or maybe we're looking for something to try and cut out one of those fights. Again, Water Hag at Leviathan, DPU at Asura. If we can cut out one of those, that would be very helpful.
Yeah, CPU at Asura isn't bad, but yeah, I mean, just if this alert, like, for example, if we hammer this and it gives us the hook, life is real good, right? Like, that's free checks.
Okay, well, we just got 63,000 gil. We'll take that.
Yeah.
That can buy almost a white shirt? Oh, I think Cossack just realized he's in Go Mode.
Yeah, Cossack stopped and turned around, checking his notes, I guess. Skarn, of course, is now still in Sylph Cave right now. Does not have the finish on Dwarf Castle yet, so does not have that portion of Go Mode potentially. Bangagong hasn't gone to Baron Castle yet, so does not have the Darkness Crystal, but hey, this looks like it's a turn for the better for him if he turns south. That is going to be nice. Yeah, Cossack's running out. That is a man who went, oh wait, that was an Adamant Rock. Did one more chest, didn't get a lucky hook out of it, and just decided to turn around and run away. So now, again, Klopfer and Dr. Cossack are racing each other, and Skarn and Bangagong are racing each other, and they're not, like, communicating with each other or anything. There's none of that going on. So, but now our runners are sort of having to decide, how do we get enough power to take out the bosses that we need to take out in the spots that we need to work through? The big thing with Water Hag is that we do have access to 2 Blink Casters between Tella and Porum. That could be sort of our path to victory there, but they need to stay alive long enough to not get tagged first, which can be very frightening, even with Sid with the Thor Hammer hitting very, very hard. Cossack is going to finish up Forge in just a moment as well, so Forge off of the table there, which is great. Bangagong is going to get the Darkness Crystal in a moment, heading down through Baron here. Skarn hasn't found a whole lot of anything right now in Cave, but again, could just run up into the hook, could run into the tower key, which would be real optimal at that point.
So we're only at 8 key items. Experience is not going to be easy to come by. I almost wonder if this is a play where you run straight down to a non-required ribbon room, because 100 grand XP is going to go a long way toward the rest of the seed.
You'd probably just pop the moon boxes if you're desperate for experience, honestly. Like, I don't see a world where they're that desperate, but hey, behemoths are great experience and pretty safe because you can do a lot of blink setup because they're 1 agility.
The only issue, no experience off of behemoths.
In boxes, they do.
In boxes, they do. You are correct.
Yeah, trust me, I know how to grind a behemoth. That's what I do. That's like my thing. What do you want to fight? Behemoths. I'm here to fight the largest monsters in Final Fantasy that you've got.
Look, not all of us have a distinguished play named after them. I do remember a story, something about the Crystal Sword altar.
I mean, assuming that there was a race at the last RPG Limit Break of Free Enterprise, I am the official former champion of RPG Limit Break practice room races for Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise.
Well, we have our Moon Man. We are going to take a look. Cossack wants to take one last shot at coming up with a potential character, but we know he's not going to be rewarded. He may not have seen the Edward.
I don't think anybody else had seen the Edward other than Klopfer. And of course, those of us who were in the booth. What was in Skarn's last Sylph box? It was a Crystal Sword for Cecil not appearing in the scene. Klopfer, of course, has decided that orbs are the thing, is going to go ahead and take on the CPU attacker Defender right now, which is probably doing some counting math after taking out the Defender and then dropping Bahamut to finish the task. Skarn is going to continue this loop too.
It's about 21,000 HP on the big orb. That's doable. The problem is you have this little bit of a time bomb that just is slowly whittling down. Do we have the healing to get through to the point where we can take out the big orb?
I mean, absolutely, because the thing with mages on this fight is that they take 10% of their maximum health and damage each mazer cast. You can cast slow on it to reduce the amount of casts that you get out of it. But the big thing is that, like, Cure 2 is, like, effective enough to keep the mages alive. It's just occasionally I'll have to spot target the Cid. We do have a hairdryer check here from Dr. Cossack, so this is a gamble right now.
Yeah, he really does not want to deal with that Fey March, it looks like. And I don't blame him. At least the Water Hag.
Yeah, this is also experience points, which is not the worst thing in the world, honestly, at this point. Gonna stop it, gonna shake it, bake it, and quake it. So this is the kind of the classic way of handling hair dryers in the past is you get a Palom at level 23 and then drop quake on it. Yeah, I think Klopfer is still counting here right now. Counting on Cid to kind of get us through this fight. Again, there's the spot heal.
We have the Asura. I would almost think Asura would be coming out shortly, but it looks like we're just holding on until we can cast that Bahamut and finish this fight off.
Yeah, basically, I think the idea is you just use Bahamut to seal the deal, so you don't have to think about it anymore. There's the Berserk coming out, so now it's just, yeah, this is just, it's time. I don't care about the orb anymore. That means there's a Bahamut call very shortly behind. BCBT is also located. Bangagong is going to give us a look at some leg. We got Rubicant down there, and the hairdryers are down for Dr. Cossack. Let's see if the moon's got anything for us.
A little bit of healing?
Silent Staff.
Porum. Oh.
Are you okay, Porum? Is everything all right? Are you going to be okay? Do you need a doctor? I think you need a doctor.
Nap. Look, Porum saw the two old men getting their nap and just like, I want one.
Yeah, but Rex through the orb here, which is pretty great. Skarn just finishes up and gets the Gungnir from the chest down here with the Warriors. Obviously, that's not something you need. You can sell it. It's a Zeus Gauntlet from the orbs, but hey, it's an objective on the board for Klopfer. Queen of Town of Monsters, down and out. Dr. Cossack is going to give us a look at the Bahamut altar while Bangagong is casting some slows here, and is going to drop some Bahamuts on Rubicant right now.
Oh. So, is there a ravine on the moon?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I think our buddy here is gonna try to create one. That's a Mylon Z. Hiding out in Bahamut. This is gonna hurt.
Only a little. Okay, a lot. Glare also gonna hurt a lot as Sid gets one shot 4 times over. Unbelievable. Ouch. That hurts a lot.
I guess once you're actually, it only hurts for a split second after you're hit, because then you don't feel anything anymore, right?
And then you're dead.
Yeah. Well, Bangagong getting an objective on the board with Baron Basement. And what are we holding? Ah, yes, Sir not appearing in the seed too. Here, have another 63,000 GP.
I mean, it is an objective, though. We get to check that off the list. That wasn't a bad fight at all. Sometimes, what's that? The confidence of youth gets you through here. But yeah, Klopfer is fighting Water Hag here. What spells are being channeled here with Palom down? This is Bahamut. I'm going to try to take advantage of the lower HP at this spot to try and torch through it 6,000 hit points at a time. So probably Blink on Rydia, probably going to be Blink on Sid and hope for the best. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, your fiery, or the Thorhammer Sid has got to try to carry here, because...
Okay, yeah, blinking the white mages first, they're putting on their own oxygen mask first. That makes a lot of sense. Bangagong is going to head up to the moon. The Mylon Z is dropping elbows right now, left and right. Oh man, this hurts a lot. Yeah.
Look, the spot doesn't have like close to 200 attack power or nothing. Oh god, Tella, you okay there, buddy?
Tella is not okay. Tella needs a doctor.
Yeah. Doc, we have a doctor. Tella, I don't know, but discretion, the better part of valor. We're going back to Earth.
Yeah, headed off now. Doesn't want any part of what's going on up here on the moon right this second. Klopfer is working through this fight very efficiently. You can see there's a bunch of blinks up and is using Sid's iffy agility to kind of have an advantage here, but you know, not like a true advantage of like Cursed Ring, but still doing all right. Skarn is down here looking at the tower. We know that this gives us the Adamant Rock, but Skarn hasn't done Dwarf Castle yet for the other half of the Forge. Klopfer does work through. God, Klopfer is so good at this game, it frightens me sometimes. Works through, so King and Queen both put in their place. That's a Moon Veil. That's a free out against Mylon Z.
Not upset to see that.
No, he doesn't know what's on the moon waiting for him, but when he sees Mylon Z up there, that's a free out against a very hard boss spot in Cave Bahamut. That's actually probably gonna fuel his push to the end of this seed. I would be very happy with that.
Yeah, I think Klopfer, we see him go straight for the what we know is the ruby. He doesn't. Yeah, then right to the moon. He's got a path to the end. Just got to execute at this point.
I mean, his execution has been stellar so far. Skarn is also in the tower, so again, second chest is coming up. It's the intermediary chest here on 3rd floor, so it's going to be here to the left. There it is. That'll be the Adamant Rock. We've got Bangagong going to be up here on the moon checking hair dryers. We know that there's a silent staff and nothing else up here. Dr. Cossack's in go mode, but looking for experience because he doesn't feel he might have the experience or the tools to finish the job here. So he's gonna do Sylph Cave for experience points. Skarn just got the Adamant, is turning, probably gonna clear the rest of this out at this point. Yeah, this looks like a full clear.
Yeah, I don't blame Doc for this one. This is, let's face it, this game, all things in this game are solved with levels. It's just how much time do you want to put into that, and sometimes the correct answer is just get power overwhelming and go blow things up.
Yeah, Skarn and Bangagong don't have the go mode items yet. We know where they are because Klopfer and Dr. Cossack both have them. Dr. Cossack is working through. The other thing is that Cossack could get like an out, like you mentioned before, could get a tower key, and that's just going to be an out. It's a much easier boss than Water Hag or Mylan Z. So basically gets a free out from one of the tough bosses that he knows is out there. That's a package, normally great, but hey, box is box. But box doesn't get us anywhere at this point in time.
Well, it does get docked to 9 key items, so if we can find one more, 10 key items Sylph Grind is actually pretty strong. So it will at least help there.
Yep, so Klopfer going to go searching for leg here in BCBT. You've got Skarn going to give us the rest of the tower, it looks like here, and Dr. Cossack's going to give us the rest of Sylph Cave. We know that Dr. Cossack is doing it all for the experience points, most likely. We know that these chests are blanks, even though this one is the second encounter chest, I believe. Klopfer drops his battle speed back to 3 for the boss fight, and here comes Rubicant there. Bangong works through the tower, he works through the chest here on the moon, and is going to get the silent staff for doing the hair dryers, but gets a pile of experience, which, hey, can't really fault him for that.
No, it's 30. It is 30 grand at the moment because we don't have 10 key. You really want 10 key items to this party. We need that. We need that experience. Of course, you fight the Toad Lady. Hey, let's queue up Bahamut. No, one person gets hit with Toad. Who's it gonna be? Every time.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna switch the Stardust Rod down, just in case we see that there are some sets of guards up here awaiting our approach at this point here at the top of the tower. So this is not a bad fight. This AoE is real good.
Yeah, the one script that's still active with no free bosses, the officer will still run, so that is nice.
Yeah, so if you remove the front 3, the free soldiers, the officer decides on his next queue turn to bail out rather than staying around. Toad Lady is down, so the Toad chest is going to go down for Dr. Cossack here as well. Klopfer is virusing with Palom, is unloading Bahamut with Rydia, probably not attacking with Sid to avoid the Fire 2 counters, which hurt like heck here. And yeah, this is going to go real smooth. Bahamut doing the deed, removing leg from the pool here. Klopfer's going to light it up and take down the Baron Castle Basement Throne.
Cossack gets his crystal sword. Yay.
Yay.
It exists. The person to wield it does not. Sad face. So, Klopfer is now ready to take on that moon. Mylan Z and an unknown foe await.
Tail from the top of the tower, so nothing doing there for in terms of things that we actually want with our life. So tower is pretty blanked out now at this point, other than of course the very required adamant. Bangong's starting to set up some blinks and quakes, and quake doesn't work here, by the way. Mylan Z is flying. It's actually to give a weakness to bows during the vanilla fight, interestingly enough. I have found that to be really, really cool.
Wait, I thought Mylan was weak to the trash can.
Trash can's just a projectile weapon, so yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Fair point. Fair point.
It looks like it's going to be Rydia plus Blink Caster here for Bangong. This is a really standard strategy a lot of the time. If you're newer to the game, this strategy is actually really great, right? Your White Mage casts Blink, you keep your 1 damage dealer alive. Everyone else is dead, but no one cares about them. They're dead. They're not doing damage. They weren't doing damage anyway. Blink covers everything.
It's one of those spells that... It's one of those things first, Skarn, sticking the landing. Well done. Blink is one of those spells you just never really understand how good it is in a vanilla playthrough.
It's really good. Oh god, it's so good. Quad 9 Bahamut, letting the fire rock. But yeah, there's another Blink cast coming out, keeping the team fully protected here. And yeah, by keeping it down to a minimum of targets, i.e. 2, you can make it very easy to juggle this at high speed, which is really, really important. But yeah, Bangong is going to work through this, it looks like, without too much issue, other than, God, Rydia is slow, and Porum probably has a Heron Rope keeping her very fast. Orbs for Dr. Cossack, and Klopfer is going to start up Mylan Z as well. We'll see if he decides to crack the Moon Veil here, but Bangong, what a good strategy. Well done there for sure working through the Mylan Z. So gonna get the check done here at Cave Bahamut. It's another Holy Sword. Hooray!
Yeah, Bangong having kicked Tella to the side for that Yang with the one Blinkcaster managing to get through that. That is not easy in that spot. That is very well done.
New runners are game.
So what do we have left for that Masa spot? Baigen is hanging out there.
Yeah, Baigen has a stellar weakness to getting fire thrown at him though. Very weak against Bahamut because when you take the arms down, all it's going to do is keep regenerating them. Dark Knight Cecil could be down there. Yeah, that would be pretty gory. Yeah. Kainazo could be down there, which would require that you do a bunch of agility manipulation and try to pump out a lot of damage early so that you don't get waved away. Or Lit 1 cast would get us through, but that spot's pretty fast, and so a lot of opportunity for mistakes. Dr. Cossack is gonna actually just do the push fight here rather than the defensive fight. Just gonna punch out damage as fast as possible with Zerk Sid and AoE casts, and if people die, people die. People are about to start dying, by the way. There's Globe 199. Sid goes down.
Flopper with a little bit of a mismenu and Ice 3 on Mylan Z, because Mylan absorbs Ice. Because, again, this game is very consistent and makes sense. We don't know. There are no curse rings on this flag set. There are bosses at that spot, Masa, that are just going to make you turn around and leave and go back to Earth and find something else.
Yeah, 6 of 8 does mean that things are almost always completable, though. Like, I don't think we're ever going to get a block from 3 different objectives. Skarn is about to get his go mode, though, here. If he finishes up finishes up and warp glitches, which as long as he remembers to warp glitch, he'll have his go mode. Bangong has not done the tower yet, so does not have the adamant rock and is headed on down deeper. Gonna do the Masamune altar and then probably skip out of here. Cossack continuing to AoE. Klopfer gonna top up here. Has to go down to Masamune altar for the finish here. That'll be the end of the run.
Yeah, this is very well done. This is a very speedy seed here, potentially. We don't know who's left. All it takes is one D-miss down here at the Masa altar, and we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, but D-Mist is also completely free because you have all that time to catch up everybody in between the 3 attacks. Three attacks can't kill 5 party members. That's just basic math, I guess. I did math on Twitch, everybody. Right.
One day D-Mist will find a way. I'm waiting to see how that will happen.
I mean, D-Mist finds a way when you're playing on C3, when you're playing on Character Party 3. That is dark. Oh, no! No, this is bad! This is gonna hurt! Oh, no, this isn't gonna hurt. Bangong is gonna reset out. Oh, no, this is bad. This is very bad. This is incredibly bad. Klopfer's not gonna finish here unless he's got some real magic up his sleeve with the Sid. So, Pain Man is gonna keep it interesting.
I'm wondering, is this DKC? This is one of the worst spots you can see it at. Bangong has decided, no, we're gonna go back to Earth. Well, great. Bangong is not in go mode, but we're just gonna forget that objective exists. Does Klopfer make the same move? Do we go looking for a hook or a tower key?
Yeah, we do. Are you kidding me? Have you seen what Dark Knight Cecil does to parties down here?
Yes, I've been on the receiving end of that. Yes.
Do you really want to take that kind of damage every turn with that agility?
No.
Right, Bahamut, pretty powerful. Crystal Sword, pretty powerful. Power of Darkness flexes on you. Just gonna flex on you.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting flexed on here, Dr. Cossack is going to reset out of this Water Hag right now, and looks like maybe he's going to take another crack at it here. Going to realign some gear. Got the Glass Mask on Sid. This is another situation where you want to go with, like, you Zerk up Sid, and then you have the one, you Zerk up Sid with the one Blink Caster, and then do one Blink Caster strats. He's wandering around here. I'm not sure what the Wander is for at this point, though. We'll see.
thinking time.
Bangong is back.
My guess.
Bangong is busy torching more of these chests down here in Sylph Cave, so we'll keep getting a look at what's down here. We know the package was down this way at the start, and so that doesn't help anything, though. Skarn is going to get the Legend Sword here, and he's going to get Ostensible Go Mode. Dr. Cossack, you did it. Your piloting skills are second to none. God, I've done that so many times. So many recordings. By the way, all the mages are dead.
Bye.
Right? How are your kids doing? They got scythed down by Dark Knight Cecil. What? I thought you were protecting them. No.
Look.
Klopper's like, all right, Klopper wants experience points.
And we'll not find them. No. So remember that 100 grand I mentioned earlier? Yeah, we're looking at more like 40. Oh. This is just painful to see at one of these moon spots.
Yeah, that was a tough out. Yeah, Klopper is like, I gotta do something else.
Yeah.
Dr. Cossack is now taking the time to work through these objectives, and he doesn't know what lies on top of the moon at this point in time. He's got no idea that death waits on swift wings up that way. We'll see if Skarn remembers to cast casting warp. That's a warp cast. It's gonna get a Legend Sword. We know this is actually not go mode, but it's kind of go mode.
And Klopfer has decided, you know what? 40 grand XP is not enough. I don't want to see that mean guy at the altar. Let's go back to Earth. See if there's something nicer. So what are we?
Anything?
Yeah.
Literally anything is better than that.
We've seen all of Tower at this point. We have not seen Tower Key.
I mean, Tower Key would finish the seed, of course.
Yeah. Appa Sylph left.
Yeah, we've got upper Sylph left, so we've got top loop Sylph going down to the Vanilla Avenger chest. Skarn's gonna go Forge. Bangong's gonna get Artemis arrows here for Sheila 1. We also we've seen Luca Cave because of Warp Glitch.
Klopfer hasn't done Eblan Cave.
Yeah, Eblan Cave is there, but the hook is finish anyway.
I'm sorry, Eblan Castle Klopfer hasn't done yet.
Yeah, so he's going to dip into Eblan Castle at this point, which makes good sense. We know that Bangong's going to get the Adamant here, so Bangong is also going to get the expected but not actually go mode because the seed is evil. What else have we not seen yet at this point in time?
There was
could be Flame Dog.
Flame Dog Last Arm was brought up in chat.
Flame Dog, Last Arm, Demist is still out there at large. There's still North Loop of Sylph. Options still abound at this point in time.
Yeah.
Also, Beauty and Discovery remind us harp music exists. All our runners have the toy harp and haven't played. Who wants to be the fan favorite?
All these choices, and let's face it, none of them are good. You don't feel good about any of your choices because it's just
I mean, Klopfer's gonna rip through this though. Like Baron Castle's not, Eblan Castle not gonna stand a chance. Dr. Cossack's going to the moon. Gonna see the Mylan, which is probably just fine, and then gonna see the Dark Knight Cecil, who is sitting there, screaming bloody murder at everybody.
You're in the situation. You're in the situation where you're in go mode, but you just had to bail out on what is one of the rudest bosses in the game, DKC at Masa. Yeah, you're panicking because you have to expect your opponent is right behind you.
Yeah, or if your opponent has taken a different route through the seed and has the extra objective. The first thing most runners are skipping on this flag set? That's right. The long walk down to the bottom of the lunar subterrane. And so you walked all the way down there expecting to finish the seed first, because you could probably check and see if anyone's finished, and then you get Dark Knight Cecil right in the face. What if your opponent stayed on Earth? Right, what if your opponent did something different? They did Sylph Cave. Right, they got an item out of Eblan Castle that you skipped. Right, you skipped top of tower thinking you were in go mode, but top of tower was tower key. Right. Big panic. Big panic moment potentially.
Klopfer only did the first 2 monster boxes in tower. Do we just continue fading that entirely?
Probably. I think like Sylph Cave is great. I think top of Sylph is probably the play. Klopfer is doing this first because it's fast, right? Like this, he is way out leveled this now, right? Bahamut's going to come up and just lay waste to all of it, or physical attackers can lay waste to all of it, right? Bangong is in the tower and is going to check the top of the tower here. Even with Ostensible Go mode, is going to kind of keep pushing here. But yeah, Dr. Cossack is on the run. He's on the run from you know, trying to finish the seed, right? You figure you go down the altar first, you exit out, and then you do cave, Bahamut finish. The problem here, of course, is what we all know. Man, yeah, this is kind of one of those interesting scenarios I didn't expect to see on the Slack side.
Yeah, who would win, a Dragon God or one Angie Boy? In this case, it's definitely the Angie Boy who is going to destroy.
I got 50 bucks on the Angry Dark Knight.
I'm not taking that bet.
Yeah, 100 GP on the Dark Knight. Yeah, no one's taking bets on that.
Look, if I wanted to throw away money, if I wanted to throw away money, I would have bet on the Cubs today. Just don't ask.
We here in the Free Enterprise community do not condone gambling unless you gamble within the bounds of the law and responsibly, of course. Please, understand that.
Yes.
We've still got Klopfer now trying to work through these Sylph chests here with the Mute Bell. We know that this is the package chest at the top. Not ideal. Dr. Cossack, of course, watched his team get absolutely destroyed. Deader than dead. Resets out to the top.
This will at least give Klopfer 10 key items. Although, XP doesn't really matter at this point. There's really not much else we need experience to fight.
Yep. Cossack rolling the dice here. Rolling the dice real hard.
Did he keep Bahamut?
To the I sure hope he did. I would have missed it if he did and I missed it. That's really bad. No, he's going the Giant though.
Yeah. This is a new chest here out of Klopfer, so we are getting to see a couple of new things here. Last Arm and a new chest here in Sylph Cave.
Yeah, the big thing for Dr. Cossack is that didn't do Water Hag, I believe, as well. So only did Orbs. So it's kind of problematic here. Chad, of course, is talking about whether grinding is actually a time save or not. Depends upon a lot of factors, spells or power or just the hit points to survive something that you couldn't survive before. But yeah, Klopfer is still in here in Sylph Cave, finding more ghosts, of course. Going to keep throwing mute bells until he runs out. There's 3 for the 3 chests in here, interestingly enough. It works out perfectly.
The Thor Hammer at least will one-shot Last Arm, so this will be a pretty quick check and then back to the moon if nothing. But it's a vanilla Last Arm. We gotta go all the way through Giant today. Not very fun.
Deep down. Everything's a long walk to find big problems.
Grinding for XP is not against the rules. No.
So Woo Bear is asking about Go mode. By the way, yes, all our runners are potentially in ostensible Go mode at this point. Dark Knight Cecil is waiting down at the bottom of the moon, absolutely slaughtering everybody who walks up there because our party is 4 mages and they die instantly on the spot.
Yeah.
Tower key is located in Last Arm chest. Dr. Cossack is going to get rid of one of those objectives that he didn't want to do, i.e., to heck with Dark Knight Cecil. We're leaving him behind. Dr. Cossack is in second Go mode. We can have second Go mode, right?
Yes. I always enjoy second Go mode / breakfast. So the turns have tabled here. Did Cossack just take the lead?
Cossack's still got to get through Water Hag, and I don't know if he's done. I don't think he's done Cave Bahamut, yeah. So yes and no, he's still got work to do. Hook is still out there as well. Klopfer is torching chests on the North Loop now, by the way, so this is stuff we haven't seen yet. This is the Mortal chest. What do you got for us? Nothing. Nothing doing.
Yeah, we're running out of spots for that hook to land. so he's gotta run into it soon, I think?
Everything could be chained out behind the tower key.
Oh god.
What? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Could be the hook behind.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's the scary thing. Oh.
I mean, if Cossack sees the hook here, he's the happiest speedrunner alive in this race. Double centipedal chest here found for Klopfer, so we're gonna get a look at, I believe this is chest number 6 down here. Might be 7 overall. That's a moon veil, not what you wanted. We are running out of resources here.
Normally a moon veil would be great. That basically gets you through that fight at Oh. Yeah, that's the one thing that's gonna get through that moon veil, isn't it?
He's done it all already is the problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, last couple chests down here. This should be the end of this. Gonna use Porm for a Cure 3 cast, top up the group. Make sure everyone is hail hardy and ready to rock. Yeah, the hook lets us turn in the rat tail, which is our 8th and final objective on the list. So would also give go mode here. So Dr. Cossack finds Leviathan. This should be a quick and painless fight. The last chest down here is the Dark Tree Marble chest, the big experience chest, but nothing else for this other than potentially the hook, which would be Klopfer finishing the seed pretty quickly by turning in the rat tail. On the other race, Skarn and Megagong are working through the land of summon monsters now too.
Yeah, this is... We're really coming down to this one. Cossack... that's so...
Ninja sword obtained, not the hook. Is this a last arm required Dark Knight Cecil sends you to the giant seed? This rules. This is amazing.
There is still one thing hanging out there. A Demas.
The Pan? Oh, Demas is also out there, huh? Pan missing, Demas missing. Oh man. Demas is our other route. Is our other route through this?
Oh god, it could be. Flame Dog
is reminding us that music. That harp is still out. No one has touched the harp. Like y'all fade that harp like your life depends on it. Like unbelievable.
All right, the moment of truth for Cossack now. Do we see a hook behind the super cannon?
Do we get the hookup is really the question here. What is it?
Oh my god.
Big hook money. It's all behind the last arm, everybody. Dark Knight Cecil has sent us all to the giant. Whether we like it or not, we don't get a choice in the matter unless you really want to try to fight that guy. Unbelievable. What a turnaround. What a break for Cossack. Like, now he has the hook. He can turn in the rat tail for an objective. That takes one boss off the table. He's already forged, so that's 2 of the bosses off the table. He's finished up the super cannon already. That's 3 bosses off of the table at this point in time. I believe this is just a water hag to finish situation now.
Which do you take, water hag or Mylon-Z?
Water hags on Earth. Like, you don't have to do the moon cutscene again.
Yeah.
They both hit equally hard, right? They both pummel your party. You're already up here. You might as well just do Water Hag, which has less health. What a wild seed. Here's the rat tail turn in now, which this is blocking up just a white spear, so nothing doing here in terms of key items. So stuff was probably blocked by Demist as well somewhere, or Flame Dog, or music. But not stuff we needed, so that's going to be the rat tail turn in for Dr. Cossack. That's off the board now too, so that is...
What a turnaround in the seed.
What an unbelievable moment this has been here. Yeah, Dr. Cossack is headed for the Fey March here. The Sylph Cave turns up a whole big old goose egg at this point in time. Nothing doing in the slightest.
Has anyone done Sheila 1?
Sheila 1 was Artemis Arrows.
Okay.
But yeah, Klopfer is traveling around, traveling due north, traveling past Silvera, traveling past Fabul, stopping at Fabul. Is this for Sheila 1? This might be for Sheila 1 because he just did Sylph Cave.
Yeah.
I can't believe Dark Knight Cecil has saved the day for Dr. Cossack potentially here. We've got Skarn finishing up both bosses here in the Land of Summon Monsters, so he's feeling pretty good about that, working through his I think this is go mode, but the booth knows different.
I don't know if there's a worse feeling than walking down and seeing DKC at that Moss Altar.
There's no boss that's worse. Like, that's just that's one of those bosses, like either like hard, like unmanipulable Wyvern with no Witchburn or Dark Knight Cecil are both just hard blocks there. And so yeah, we found one. We got hard blocked. And yeah, Klopfer is just like, all right, cool, I'm just doing last arm. So he's actually going to get his information here now that this is go mode. The big thing is that Cossack now needs to kind of hammer through this fight before Klopfer gets up to the top of the giant, the last floor of the giant, fights the last arm, and finishes the job. So it really comes down to can Cossack under the gun, can he execute this fight? Probably gets 2 tries at it at the most.
We're going fast anchor here too, so trying to counter the agility of that water hag. Oh, and it's just hammering away.
Yeah, we need Porum. He's raising Porum up. This is probably Blink from Tella onto Porum. No, this Berserk on Sid first. This is risky. I think this. Yeah, this. Oh no, this is risky. Very, very risky going for that there. Blink is probably safer. Got to keep put your oxygen masks on first. Right, got to stay safe. Got to stay alive. Yeah,
can we pull this one out?
This is a very difficult execution check at this point in time. Very, very difficult. Skarn, of course, is working through leg right now, so for our runners in the bottom race, he is putting on a bit of a clinic here, working his go mode as well. But yeah, Klopfer found the last arm. Magnet is on Tella, so no one cares. Last arm's going to go down. Cossack is still trying to keep this fight alive right now, trying to keep his 5 party members up and alive, not doing damage to the Water Hag right now. Just Water Hag is doing the damage to his party. No blinks out, no damage dealt. Gonna keep trying to Berserk Sid here. Again, risky. Sid gets hit, and that's actually kind of ideal because he's gonna get hit for about 600 with the glass mask in the back row. There's the Berserk. The Berserk is up now. It's going. Sylph is gonna be the cast here. So gonna try to patch the party up with Rydia along the way. Zerk on Sid. Sid's pretty slow. Battle speed's pretty slow. Klopfer's out of the giant. Klopfer is out of the giant. Needs to go take the whale over and pick up his airship. Klopfer is on the move. Cossack is lifing. Cossack is trying to keep this fight alive. This is going to come down to the wire. 2 very different wires. Sid is swinging for 4K, though. All he's got to do is get a blink on Sid, and this fight is over. 4K swings will do the job. There's the blink. Sid swings for the fences. Klopfer to the tower. Taking a landing. Heading on in. No blink, Kid is down. Sid is zerked, 1,700 health. Oh, that's a big hit, 1,000. Sid losing more than half his health pool. Swing is for 5K, not quite enough. Klopfer moving up the tower. Sid is dead. Sid is down. That's horrifying. Sid is down. That's not gonna do it. Cossack's in trouble now. I think this is over because once the super cannon pops, this run is over. Sid needed to get in one more swing.
And Cossack is leaving and headed back to the moon.
Klopfer is gonna win this race at the end of the day. All down to the swing. One blink would have done the job.
I think we were 1 or 2 swings away from Sid taking that water hag down. Wow. So simple virus.
Hard. Whatever the time says at the end is going to be inaccurate. This came right down to the wire, no matter how long it takes at this point.
Almost
super cannon's gonna
anticlimactic.
pop top. Oh man, that's just what a rough and wild ending here. Once we see these 6 objectives complete on the screen, that is time. So we're just gonna let the super cannon pop, and we're gonna get some message boxes here for Klopfer, and you can get your GGs out in chat because this one is done and dusted. Klopfer gonna take it for Golbez, and Golbez on the top race between Klopfer and Dr. Cossack.
Final time of 1:26.50. There is the GG for Klopfer.
Yep.
What a finish.
What a run. Bangagong is going up to Sylph Cave looking for key items that we know, of course, aren't there. Skarn is headed up to the moon to take care of Skarn's ostensible go mode, which we know is gonna get scythed down pretty hard. So a bottom race, a lot to play for. It really is going to come down to, for these 2 runners, who's the first one to decide that it's really cool to gamble on going up to the last arm rather than anywhere else. Dr. Cossack here is headed to the top of Cave Bahamut. There's Mylan Z. And here we go.
Yeah, this is... Skarn is going to... Again, Skarn thinks we're in go mode. Mylan Z is no problem at all, right?
Mylan Z is pretty straightforward. You got a Moonveil
Yeah.
if you really want it. You can Moonveil your Sid. You can Moonveil your Rydia for Bahamut casting. You can Zerk Sid and deal a bunch of damage. You can throw Cure 3 potions. Mylan Z does tag your party members, but not quite as hard as as you get tagged on Earth by Water Hag, apparently.
So one thing I love about this flag set, in previous tournaments, we tend to judge how a seed has gone by how many boxes people open, how much looting do you have to do, and you want to be low. You want to be in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. 128 boxes open for Klopfer.
Yeah,
that alone,
right? I mean,
yeah.
With encounter chests on the table for key items, and you needing money because you've got to do a bunch of shopping, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, it's just the way that this flag set has just changed the idea of what we think as far as racing free enterprise. It's just, no, you want to open boxes. You want that money. You don't want to just make do with whatever you can find.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of dueling strategies here, by the way, on Mylan Z. We've got archery for Porum here for Dr. Cossack, along with Berserk on Sid, along with Leviathan Gas, Bahamut and Fire 3 from Palom. Well, while he was still alive, was the game plan here for Skarn to lay waste, because obviously Fire 3, Mylan's weak against it. Fire 3 almost always does quad 9s, so just blasting away. Dr. Cossack's gonna finish it up here by killing off Mylan Z, so that run is in the books as well. So once the 6 objectives complete pops up on the screen, that will be complete and done as well. And so get your GGs out in chat for Dr. Cossack, who, man, gave us the finish at the end there. Wow, what a beautiful back and forth race that turned out to be in the last 20 minutes. Skarn is now 1 objective away. Bangagong, I believe, is 2. I think Bangagong has done both portions of the King Queen of Town of Monsters at this point, so is 2 bosses away, but is farming out the Sylph Cave right now.
I wasn't muted for the last 5 minutes or anything. No, I promise. I heard a ding. We are joined by that is Klopfer. GG, well done.
Hey, thanks. GG. Sorry about that. Just having a little bit of audio problems.
The twists, the turns there at the end of that scene. Yikes.
Yeah, my heart just pounding for like 20 minutes there. Yeah, Dark Knight Cecil is a mean boss to find down there, and so just completely threw my planning just out the window and just had to see what we could do there.
That is panic of the worst possible kind. No, I'm not in go mode. Oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because it was early go mode, and so I went taking on all these bosses at relatively low levels and no 10 key items. And so then walking into Dark Knight Cecil with still somewhat low levels, since we didn't do everything else at 10 key items, is just like, well, this is a wall for me. I can't do this anymore. Let's go look at other things to do, I guess.
I don't know if you and Dr. Kosik have spoken already, but did you happen to see where the hook ended up?
I was watching that spoiler log, and if I saw right, was that the cannon room?
Yeah, it was past the cannon room. So Dr. Kosik ended up needing to like do 3 bosses still, but went to the last arm after getting killed by Dark Knight Cecil and not finishing Myelin on the moon. Went up, did last arm, got the tower key, got the hook, did both of those. The end of the race, you should watch this. Things got sweaty.
Oh wow, that definitely sounds very interesting. Yeah, but yeah, seeing that's where the hook was, since 2 items were able to get you to the completion, made me think it's really going to be interesting to see how everyone gets to the end of the seed. As well as if someone, say, just happens to not find their go mode early, there's a possibility of just getting a ton of experience, and there's decent power. Maybe you can actually get through that Dark Knight Cecil spot if you just get high enough in levels. Although I'm
also looping. Yeah, I don't think anybody would have had the capability of doing Dark Knight Cecil with this party down there. We're also joined. We got a bleep loop. Dr. Kosik is also with us. Dr. Kosik, would you believe that you were probably one Sid swing away from winning that seed?
I could.
If Sid didn't die to Water Hag, you would have won. One blink cast or big cure away from probably winning that seed.
Doesn't help.
That was the last half hour of this race, the twists, the turns. Good. I don't even know what to say after that. That is probably the worst feeling as a racer. You are in go mode. You are on the way to the final objective. An angry boy that just murders your entire party in one go. Yeah!
Let's go to the moon! Okay, let's try. I'll go. Can I go home now?
There are very few parties on this flag set that are going to be able to handle that DKC at Masa. This is certainly not one of them.
We also had that long walk down there just the entire time. I'm like, oh, who could give me problems there? And it's like, all right, DKC, as long as it's not him, I can probably get through every other boss. And sure enough, Dark Knight says.
Oh.
Yikes. I feel like, Dr. Kosik, you specifically asked for this to not happen in our seed.
I blame myself. Actually, I said Olivia or Bahamut.
Yeah, should have covered Ogo in that task.
Yeah.
Bangagong headed up to the Giant will be rewarded with real go mode this time. I don't know if they even went down to see DKC.
Yeah, they had saved down at the save point down.
Okay.
I assume they did. They saved down at the save point down there, which means I assume that I got distracted for a moment. I apologize. I assume that DKC went and split his head open. Kosik did go down. Kosik did make it to the Masamune altar. Got hit once and was like, "I'm good," and then reset out. I'm good.
Yeah, that was nice. You walk in with 5 people and your 4 murder children just take a nap immediately. Yikes.
Yeah. Yep, so Skarn's up here on the moon right now, probably with intent to, where's he headed? Is he headed back to Earth?
Yeah,
this isn't the Giant. He's just returning to Earth here. There's nothing down here at all.
I got enough sooner. I got enough silk tape
Yeah, Sylph Cave had the package, and I believe nothing else. Which means that it was either Flame Dog or Missing Demas holding onto the pan.
getting either music or well, Flame Dog right now.
We're getting music. Yeah, we're getting this going into.
No, we're getting
Flame Dog first. Yep. While Bangagong is walking out with the tower key, which we also know is going to give him the hook afterwards, which is going to give him 2 bosses off the table that otherwise would need to be done. We know one of those bosses off the table is the Masamune altar, of course. But yeah, this lets you pick your poison a little bit more precisely.
Yeah, I don't. This race just flipped on its head multiple times right at the end there. What are you thinking as you see that DKC? Just what goes through your mind in that moment?
Well, what else can you do? Because it's not this.
Pretty much, there's no better way to kill the other bosses.
Yeah, you have your options. It's, well, can I get enough experience, enough levels to power through this? And maybe if you only had 1 key item as your out, you might consider that, but with 2 sitting out there, it just seems so much more appealing to go back to key item hunting. Although it did turn out there was the 1.
So, Bangagong getting through the Leviathan Tower. Oh, that's a nice bike in there at Zot 1. We're turning around. We just reset out, so I'm assuming Flame Dog didn't have anything. I think this is music now?
Yeah, this is harp now. That's all that really remains at this point. However, Bangagong is still. I think Bangagong still needs to get through some number of bosses here, so probably Orbs and Water Hag at this point. No, that's actually 6 objectives. He actually did finish off everything. Never mind.
Yeah,
perfect.
We lost.
I guess he did both. I guess he.
Yep.
We did lose the screen for a bit, so I guess he did have both bosses there on the King and Queen of Town of Monsters. But yeah, so get your GGs out in chat for Bangagong as well. What a good finish overall, getting up there to the Giant first and taking this half of the race for the Silvera Petting Zoo.
GG, well done. So Skarn on. We know this will not lead to their his go mode, but we do enjoy our music around here. What is your favorite music? What are we hoping for?
Montoya's Escape from Final Fantasy 1.
I don't think my the song I got from ZZ5 is in the pool yet, so I think I have to go with FF10. Two Xanarkin is always a good favorite.
Yep, Scott's also giving us the note from admin team, which is we do need to review Bangagong's video. So won't be officially the win in the books until we get a VOD review for the lost footage.
In the meantime, Bangagong joining us. GG, well done on surviving that hairy end to a seed.
Yeah, I'll say. Thanks, by the way. That's
So yeah,
giant of babble. Wow.
nothing like getting down. That whole walk down the moon. You're in go mode, furiously glancing at the race room to see if your opponent's finished, and then, oh, well, I guess I'm not in go mode after all. What else can we do? Oh no.
Oh, that was, yeah. That's just sad. You don't want to see it.
No. But in the meantime, we have music.
Yep, chat knows that's the Final Fantasy V underwater theme. God, all the music from Final Fantasy V is great too. It's certainly one of the more sung rather than unsung soundtracks here. There's the pan on Sheila there. Spoon is down here at music. So we know D-Mist is going to lead to pan, which is going to lead to, I believe, Crystal.
Yeah, the crystal exists on the slug set, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It's really pretty though. You hold it in your hand, it refracts light. It's super cool. Rainbows, we love rainbows. We've got the Pride Crystal. We love rainbows. But yeah, it doesn't really do much else other than count towards your key item pool for 10 key items.
The crystal is the new we can get underground now, isn't it?
We don't fight moments on these flags. So. I am working very hard to maintain some amount of personal creativity when the crystal shows up in a seed. I believe in my ability to be creative enough to make the magic happen.
So we get Bangong coming across there. What is going through your mind as you see that DKC?
I still have a lot of places to check, and you know, I went against my better judgment and went to Sylph Cave before other places, and it almost never works out good. And it didn't really there. But I wasn't too worried. I knew I still had plenty of backups. I knew the king and queen at the monster town would be just fine when I got back there.
Yeah, it was.
You know, I felt like I was on a really good pace, and all of a sudden got derailed a little bit. But what are you gonna do?
It is kind of. I don't know if you saw the rest of the spoiler play out, but that hook was right behind the tower key as well.
I was more disappointed in that than I was Dark Knight Cecil, honestly.
GG. I don't know if this is the. I mean, obviously two teams, we split the results tonight. I don't know if the third race has been played, but how does it feel coming away with the point for the team tonight?
It feels really good. I mean, I was, you know, real nervous all the way up to race time, but once it got going, I kind of just fell into the normal routine and just played it out. But, you know, it's always fun. I love doing the seed.
GG, congratulations. Very well done.
So wait, Bangong, are you completely new to Free Enterprise? I'm not sure. I don't know if I've seen you around or
pretty
I
new.
paid enough attention, but how new are you to this?
I think I started playing it right after Frost Fatales earlier this year. I saw him play it there, and I was like, hey, this looks really interesting. And I love this game, so let's give it a shot.
One, I know you did the commentary for that one. Two, you did execute a really beautiful, at one point, your fight with, I believe it was Water Hag, you executed a really beautiful Blink +1 strategy where you had White Mage and just Porm and Rydia alive, and you know, actually use Blink to really full effect to make that fight go really smoothly. You know, is it the fastest possible fight? No, but is it perfectly smooth and good? They never fail, almost always. So that was really cool to see.
Blink has become my favorite spell in the game. For you know, reasons like that.
Yeah, Blink is... yeah, kind of Cubs was talking about this earlier, actually.
Yeah, no one in their vanilla playthrough, I would assume no one had any idea how strong a spell Blink was. It's just, you learn about these things with rando or with speedrunning that you just like, why couldn't I have known this, you know, when I first played the game 10, 15, 20 years ago? This would have been really helpful.
Yeah, I've learned more in the last month of playing this game than I have in my whole lifetime of knowing this game. And especially from watching the other streams this week, like the commentary, you know, I would pick up 2 or 3 new strategies every race. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's really insightful.
Any final thoughts? This was a very well done race. Very glad to see new people getting into this game. Just any final thoughts on your race today?
Certainly not the worst one I've ever had, but you know, it was still fun, and I'm really looking forward to the next one.
Glad that you're looking forward to the next one. That's pretty great. But yeah, we're going to kind of keep an eye on Skarn here, who is still working through this seed at this point in time, has completed Sylph Cave and gotten the whole lot of nothing out of there. I really do hope he remembers that the last arm chest is up there. That's necessary, because it is obviously our seed finish here.
Looks like maybe headed there right now? Not 100% sure where we're going at the moment, but we have not seen Demist, so there's still a few spots out there for that.
This could be a package check for Demist.
Oh, hi pal.
Thinking that it's in a real weird spot there.
A Black Mage burning Black Mage Village? Something's not right there.
No, that's fine. 100% normal. Understandable.
One rogue fire spell and just everything goes to pot.
I mean, look, they cast Flamethrower, it's super effective. But yeah, this almost certainly looks like a demist check here for Skarn. So gonna work through the Palom here, who's gonna just quake the party. This is gonna be over real quick, and then head up over to Kaipo to do the check of the boss that's gonna show up in that location.
Oh no, Titan tried. It's the juxtaposition of dozens of damage and then the earthquake cutscene. It's the funny little things. Oh. I'm still not over the swings that we saw earlier. That was at the hour mark. I thought we were done. I would not have seen that coming at all.
No, I mean everything was going real smoothly, as this flag set sometimes tends to do when you get your darkness crystal. Everything sort of falls into place, right? And then all of a sudden, the brakes get hit. We hit the wall, and Cossack, who was having a little bit of a harder time with the bosses, gets the information first that it's actually Last Arm because of the DKC Sol. And yeah, it kind of came down to the wire there. Came down to execution and a couple of bounces at the end, and those are not what you want to see there. That is definitely not DMS though.
No. We haven't seen Turtle, have we? We've seen the rest of them once already. We really don't need to see them again.
No, but here's Skarn going to the Giant, or this is almost certainly a trip to the Giant here, going over to the headed on over to the whale here, so.
Yeah, I had the week off, personally. I'm not sure if I'm excited or scared to get back into this flag set next week, seeing what we just saw tonight.
Yeah, if every race is as good as this one is, I mean, again, Skarn and Banging On also put on a show as well. A couple of our newer runners here, and they are, also showing off some great strategies. Skarn had some very good boss fights as well, and was holding his own for quite some time. Just happened to be that he is checking everything but Last Arm, while Banging On went right up to the Giant first, and so that ended up being sort of the tilting point for the second race here, which is pretty great.
Yeah, Last Arm, it kind of gets left to the wayside most of the time. It is annoying to get up here with the cutscene, but the way key items are distributed in those monster boxes with that flag on, it's almost always in the pool, and they can just be hiding out there waiting to strike.
Yeah, I mean, the Adamant was in tower in the second encounter chest in tower. Like, it certainly plays out that way. And again, it looked like it was going to play out that Klopper's big dash to the tower first was going to be the big payoff that won the seed, and it ended up being that Kossack's drive to the moon, and then the Giant was almost what got him the W. So, unbelievable stuff.
One swing from the Thor hammer, we should be through this. In turn A, apparently just, kind of sitting there watching the rest of them work. Oh. Really?
Yeah,
that wasn't...
It's not quite lethal usually in this spot, so...
Ah, yes, the rare fish-in cast.
But yeah, there's Skarn's big finish there. There's the tower key, so now he's got to come back down to Earth, go grab his airship, head down to the tower, walk up the tower a few floors, and then put this seed to rest as well. Just some very good showings tonight for sure from all runners.
Yeah, this tournament, this first week so far has just been some wild and crazy races, and I'm very much enjoying what we've seen so far.
Yeah, this flag set in particular is just showing so much depth at the end of the day. It's testing a lot of different skills than what we normally do with, grind for Zeromus, because you grind early and grind off and all that. Sorry, Skarn, the whale doesn't fit in that hole. I appreciate the attempt though, because I've certainly tried to do that, because, if you want maximum swag, that's how you do it. Alas, the game is going to stop you from being that swaggy.
It looks like it should be able to fit in there. I don't know what's going on.
Sometimes you want to maximize your swag, right? You just want to take the big whale everywhere.
Unfortunate. See, I never played the Super Nintendo version growing up. I had the DS version, so they made sure to really oversize the big whale or the lunar whale to really drive home the point of how much bigger it was supposed to be than the rest of the airships. Skarn going to find out that, well, the Sea Serpent may meet a Dragon God just for one final cast, but Rydia came through hard in this seed. Just carried it the whole way.
Yeah, again, with the fairly easy access to the big summons, Rydia's been kind of an MVP in these flags, like more so than you expect. Where she's not the best Zeromus fighter because of levels and Bahamut being kind of a blank on Zeromus, but you wanna lay waste to the Baron Castle basement throne. She's your girl.
Yeah, her Achilles heel is always the time it takes to get her on lock, but when they're readily available, just have money, will travel, and it's amazing how much a Dragon God will do with a level 3 Rydia or something.
Yeah, I mean, level 3 she doesn't have 60 MP, but yeah, here we go, 6 objectives, so get your GGs out in chat for Skarn as well. Putting a bow on this seed, some ups, some downs, again, our newest runners putting on varying and beautiful shows, showing off a lot of skill and learning, and it's awesome to I think that's the coolest thing about this format at the end of the day, is that it's really giving our newer runners our pink puffs, I've really never played this, not even to do a single pink puff race or other weekly race runners, like the folk who just haven't touched Free Enterprise before, really kind of getting hands on with it, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's always nice to see new people jumping in. That is the GG for Skarn, 157.53. Of course, still pending that admin review on Bangagong, but very well done on everyone's part.
Yeah, no, I'm very impressed as always by some of our newest runners too. Just because, again, the learning, you're gonna see these new runners, you're gonna see these runners who are low on experience or just off pink puff, having done a bunch of pink puff races, but that's it. We're gonna see them really kind of growing and improving through this tournament, and that's the cool thing, right? If Bangagong gets much better, he's gonna be scary. If Skarn gets much better, he's gonna be scary too.
We've all been there. That first story. I mean, I know for me it was right before Lolly Ho, but once it clicks, it starts to come very quickly. Gonna get Skarn in for the interview here. So, Dem, how did we get through this entire race without talking baseball at all?
It's a good race between good runners, trying to stay focused on 4 streams at one time, where all 4 runners were almost always in 4 different spots. I mean, that's a curveball I can't hit.
I feel like I'd throw my elbow out trying to throw that pitch.
I mean, if you're not throwing your elbow out, throwing the curveball, are you even doing it right?
No, you're not.
Oh, wait, no, you're very much not. That's right. You should not need Tommy John surgery after you throw the curveball a few times.
Look, we can't all be Kershaw. That pitch is once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, even as he continues to lose velocity on the curve, it's still pretty impressive to watch. But wait, no, we're still here for Free Enterprise. It's still Free Enterprise time. Please don't talk about Clayton Kershaw's curveball. You're gonna lose me.
Dang it, she saw right through me. very well done. So that was a fun boss at Mount Altar, wasn't it?
It was, yes. And you know, as long as it took, it made sense. You know, us here at Golbez, and Golbez feel it's appropriate to show what both a very good seed and a very bad seed look like.
Yes, I don't want to see how the billable hours you just racked up on that scene. No, I'm good not seeing that invoice.
Well, fortunately, the Silvera Petting Zoo will be receiving that invoice, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
I don't know if you saw the spoiler log rolling through, but that hook was in a great spot, wasn't it? Right.
I did not see the spoiler log. No. Where was the hook hiding from me?
You would have gotten it in about 30 seconds had the race kept going. It was right there behind the cannon room.
Oh, one of the few times I've managed to turn off Loot Goblin mode, and that would have paid off very well.
Yeah, it's just 2 paths and one. The awful boss just hiding down in the moon after that walk, and then the other off in that spot that just kind of leaks out at times. That last arm is one of the rare things you end up going for.
After checking all my notes, I was sitting there staring at them going, I've checked every key item location, I've checked every trap check. I have not set foot on the giant. And it hit me like a ton of bricks that it was either that or it had to be a demist hunt.
Yeah, we never did find the demons. I think we were down to one of the moon spots or the giant at this point. Or possibly the hook route even.
Or Luca Key.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully folks enjoyed it. We're out here to have fun at the end of the day, so.
So this was watch back this restream later if you want. The last 20 to 25 minutes of Klopfer and Cossack, it was just all over the place. It was, just back and forth.
So you sure you don't want to sign that Fey contract? I promise you it'll be fine. Nothing wrong can happen.
Again, the interns handle the Fey law. We want to make sure that we keep all of the Golbez, and Golbez partners a safe distance away from any Fey law related activities.
Unfortunate.
That's actually how we have one of our interns currently approaching termination, was they improperly handled the Fey contract.
Oh, so that's why Fu is nowhere to be seen at the moment. Got it.
We're going to see how that pans out for him. Hopefully he'll do well in the future. But hopefully everyone has a good night, and hopefully everyone enjoyed the race. I am going to go and find something I can chew on.
That sounds incredibly good at the moment. Not going to lie. GG, very well done. Best of luck as we move through this tournament.
Thank you very much. Hopefully next time I can cut down by, about a half an hour.
You keep practicing, you'll get there. You've got it in you. You got it.
All right, Demi. I don't know how much more else there is to say about this. That race was incredible.
Yeah, what a good run from everybody. The two teams, I think chopping 1-1 is about the fairest outcome here for sure. It sometimes happens that these flags are going to turn everything upside down all of a sudden because there's just one roadblock out there. But yeah, we're gonna keep on moving. The week continues tomorrow. We've got some restreams coming up then. Pop in tomorrow 2 p.m. here on the flagship Free Enterprise. We have another doubleheader, so doubleheader day tomorrow for 2 and 4 p.m. So it'll be it'll be Bimmy and Jimmy Eat World versus Rydia's Rebels, and then at 4 p.m. we've got We Wear Shorts in Winter dueling it out with What's the Big Ordeals. So we're gonna have 4 really great races, 2 at 2 p.m., 2 at 4 p.m., as 2 runners from each of those teams are going to duel it out for your entertainment in the Saturday afternoon slot. Saturday night, 9 p.m. special, we've got Neon Gray of Unforced Errors taking on Infinius from the Ballon Cricket Club, also on the flagship. So come on out, 2 p.m. Eastern, hang out. Hopefully we keep getting beautiful, entertaining, fun, and enjoyable races. That's really what I want.
Yeah, I think every race I've seen so far this week has been they've all been very well done. Very much looking forward to tomorrow. Going to do it for us tonight though. It is quite late, so I think we are just gonna head on out for the night. I don't know what else there is to say. Just thank you all for joining us. A big thank you to all 4 of our runners. Please follow them if you haven't already. Commands are hard. Got Klopfer, Cossack, Skarn, and Bangagong. The trackers tonight, Beauty and Discovery and Step Lively, keep doing the heroes work behind the scenes so we could just sit here and talk for 2 hours. And this is fun. I'm very glad to have been able to share the booth with you tonight. Please give Demi a follow if you haven't already. I appreciate this tonight.
Yeah, it's an absolute blast. Sorry we didn't have the time to shout out the more wonderful trackers who are super helpful and great, and are really the backbone of it. Of course, our restreamer, Leggy Starscream. And of course, on behalf of Cubs, this was a blast, my friend. I hope that we maybe get to do this one more time or something. A lot of commentary still to be done, which is always going to be nice. But of course, on behalf of the entire Free Enterprise community, I'd like to wish you all a good night.